Welcome to today's video, where we'll explore one of the most discussed and debated topics in political history, communism. Whether you've heard about it in school, in the news, or through pop culture, communism is often misunderstood, oversimplified, or even misrepresented. In this video, we're diving into the core ideas of communism from a marxist-leninist perspective. Not just what it is, but what it stands for, why it arose, and how it envisions a radically different world. We'll avoid getting bogged down in dense theoretical jargon or dissecting every historical instance. Instead, we'll focus on the principles and themes at the heart of communism, what it seeks to achieve, and why its ideas continue to inspire people around the world. Let's get started. What is communism? Communism, at its core, is the vision of a classless society where the means of production, factories, land, and the resources are collectively owned. The ultimate goal is to eliminate exploitation, inequality, and the divisions created by private property. Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels laid the foundation for this vision in their 1848 pamphlet, the Communist Manifesto. They argued that history is defined by the struggle between classes, the ruling class, or bourgeoisie, and the working class, or proletariat. Under capitalism, the bourgeoisie owns the means of production, while the proletariat sells their labour to survive. This, Marx and Engels claimed, creates an inherently exploitative system. Communism proposes a radical solution: abolish private ownership of property, end class distinctions, and organise society based on the principle, from each according to their ability, to each according to their needs. It's about cooperation replacing competition, and collective well-being taking priority over profit. Why did communism arise? Communism emerged as a response to the horrors of industrial capitalism in the 19th century. The Industrial Revolution brought immense technological advancements, but also grinding poverty, child labour, and horrific working conditions for the majority. Marx and Engels saw how capitalism concentrated wealth in the hands of a few while reducing workers to little more than cogs in a machine. In The Principles of Communism, Engels describes how the proletariat, a class created by capitalism itself, would eventually organise and rise up. The contradictions of capitalism, its tendency to produce crises, its reliance on exploitation, and its inability to provide for everyone, makes its collapse inevitable. Communism, they believed, would be the next stage in human development, a leap forward from the inequality and oppression of class-based societies. The role of the revolution. Here's where things get radical. Marxism-leninism argues that the transition from capitalism to communism isn't peaceful. In The State and Revolution, Lenin emphasized that the state exists to maintain the rule of the bourgeoisie. For the working class to liberate itself, it must overthrow the state and replace it with a revolutionary government, a dictatorship of the proletariat. Now, this doesn't mean dictatorship in the modern sense. Lenin envisioned it as the workers' collective power, used to dismantle the remnants of capitalism and build socialism. Socialism is the transitional stage where private property is abolished, wealth is redistributed, and society is reorganized to serve the needs of the majority. Importantly, Lenin and later Marxist-Leninists like Stalin argued that socialism must be actively constructed. It's not automatic. Through planned economies, land reform, and industrial development, they sought to lay the foundations for a communist future. Addressing misconceptions. Let's clear up some common misconceptions. First, communism is not about making everyone materially equal. It's about meeting everyone's needs. Marx's famous line about abolishing private property refers to productive property, like factories and land, not personal belongings like your home or your phone. Secondly, communism doesn't reject democracy. Instead, it seeks to expand it by putting economic power in the hands of the people, not the corporations. Lenin criticized the so-called democracy of capitalist societies as a sham, where political power is controlled by elites. Lastly, communism isn't utopian. It recognizes that human society has always evolved through struggle and contradiction. Achieving a classless society isn't easy, but Marxism-Leninism provides a roadmap grounded in history and material reality. Why does communism matter today? So why should we care about communism in the 21st century? Because the problems it seeks to address, such as inequality, exploitation, and environmental destruction, are more urgent than ever. Capitalism has created vast wealth, but it's concentrated in the hands of a tiny elite. Billionaires exist, while millions struggle to afford basic necessities. Climate change threatens our planet, driven by an economic system that prioritizes profit over sustainability. Marxist-Leninist ideas challenge us to imagine a different world. What if we organised our economy not around profits, but around people's needs? What if we made decisions collectively instead of leaving them to CEOs and shareholders? Even if you don't agree with every aspect of communism, its critique of capitalism remains deeply relevant. It forces us to ask hard questions about the systems we take for granted. Conclusion. Communism isn't just a relic of the past or a failed experiment, it's a vision of what could be. At its heart, it's about justice, equality, and a belief in humanity's potential to create a better world. Whether you agree with it or not, understanding its ideas is crucial to understanding the world we live in today. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Share your thoughts in the comments below, whether you're a die-hard Marxist, a curious skeptic, or somewhere in between. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care and keep questioning the world around you.